Today, I thought of leaving you all, leaving myself actually. Whoever wants it can also avail that. Uh, Thought on Advaita, Dvaita, Mitya, Maya, and all the Vadas, Srishtivada, Drishtivada, Drishti Srishtivada, Srishti Drishtivada, and then Ajatavada. So, why all this? Yes, the first and foremost thing is we should. Namaste, ji. Namaste. Good morning. Good morning. So we should avoid all the whys and hows. Simply put, uh, in makes us here in Vedanta Vichara. In Vedanta, only one question word. If you consider why, where, what, or who, these are all the question words. One word is who, and that is person. Who am I? Who is this I? To find its own answer. No other question. Why this, how is, where that, where this, or what that, what this, all that makes not much sense at all in Vedanta, because we are in the Anta. What is Anta? Veda. Veda is knowing. All knowing has to come to an end. The final knowing is knowing yourself. That's it. So this is where we should be, right? So in that aspect, that is true. But sometimes, it all comes this kind of, when we are discussing the highest, the questions come, and and it is good to explore that to that extent, and then leave it at that. Uh, you know. So let's do that is what I thought, and since I had some other, my day-to-day activities, so I thought instead of typing it away, this particular one I will do a live so that I can record it and store it, and later on get the transcript and do whatever is required or not required. Okay, so the most important thing to know is you, the Atman, and that's all there to it, right? But still, someone says to you, a Vedanti, or just to, you know, what is called as rhetoric questioning to explore or moot point, to, to get the finer Shreyas aspect of it. There is no prayers here. There is no, again, not so to throw some fancy Sanskrit words, but these are very powerful encapsulated terms. So, Shreyas means you are going after the essence of the principle, the first principle. Even Elon Musk says that, right? I mean, go to the, the first principle. Instead of going after the egoic praise, what you desire, what you want, what you can achieve, and all. So anyway, so let's get to this thing, right? So when someone says, yeah, I am in the deep sleep, my mind is all gone, my existence is all, uh, you know, uh, basically dissipated for my mind, no experiencing going on. I am pure awareness, not even awareness, consciousness concentrate, prajnanaganam. That's what Mandukya Upanishad says, right? So your pure consciousness, in fact, in deep sleep is the first place where you are directly associating prajna to yourself. While you still remain in that state, the supreme existence, Ishvara, exists while you are still in this state. But you are the Ishvara is a jnani state, that is beside the point. So in that deep, my world still say I am living in Tiruvannamalai, the Arunachala is still standing outside as a mountain. And, so someone might pose this question, right? So I am sleeping, but yesterday night, the world was still on. I was in a city, let us say, I'll take this example, and that city was still there. Well, in fact, but then the question I would say is, how did you know that? Not when you were sleeping, the city wasn't there. For you, it wasn't there at all. Or, and for you is what everything matters, right? But you know, you came to know about it only the next day when you read the newspaper. There was a 2 a.m. burglary, and some news channel was showing the videos and all that. And this is where I wanted to get into the duality aspect. This is where getting into the Mitya. Mitya is not illusion. We use this poor English word called illusion. Illusion can be explained by a scientist. The science can explain illusion, the effects. It is not a card trick. Card tricks, all card tricks can be explained. All those light based experiments, those hypnotic experiments, every illusion can be explained. Mithya cannot be explained. This is the thing. Why so? Because Mithya is that which is not the Satya, not the Asatya. Asatya I can explain. My dog does not have horns. If my dog, somebody puts tomorrow a horn and show me, I will say that is Asatya. My dogs don't have horn. So dogs don't have horns. That is, dogs having horn is Asatya. Rabbit horn they use popularly, but yeah, why not dogs? So that is Asatya. And it is not Satya. What is Satya? Satya is the truth, the absolute truth, the reality, absolute reality. Why? It has to be real yesterday, it has to be real tomorrow, and yesterday and tomorrow, and always begin now. We'll not get into the time factor here. What I'm saying is, it's eternal truth. What is eternal truth? The existence of you alone is existential truth. You as not as this embodied being, but the sense of that awareness and all that, what you feel within, that is eternal. It is always feeling it. It only expresses via this, what Nisargadatta followers translate and say as psychosomatic apparatus, the body. Okay. So, yeah, dodo is a good example. Somebody is typing here, dodo. Yeah. So, yeah, that doesn't exist. Today it doesn't exist. Dinosaur doesn't exist. So, it cannot be the truth. You can't base your science of existence on a dodo or a dinosaur. So, what is it we are saying? The duality. Duality, as we see this entire beautiful existence all around, it's all, if you see it all as a separate thing that is always there up from you, even after you die, it will be there and all that, then you are missing the core non duality. But if you see it all as a part of you, because I am here, because I hold the phone here, and through this phone's reflection, I'm seeing everything. That is not duality, that is non duality. So, the duality is what appears to be, but what it is not. That is where the example of the movie screen, the white screen, and the movie that is constantly playing on it without affecting the screen comes into play. Now, if you try to explain this all logically, oh, there is a reel that is spinning around, that reel ends, the movie will end, and somebody has to load another, then you are lost in the science of who, why, how, where, what, and all that. The part of that analogy is, there is two parts to that movie. That's all you cut into that. It is like a movie scene. The first scene, Tom Cruise is already in, I think, Mission Impossible 3. He's already a rock climber on top of a mountain, and he gets the message. When did Tom Cruise learn rock climbing? No more Mission Impossible shows that. He is a rock climber. First scene, we cut into his rock climbing, cliff hanging, this thing. First scene, the hero has entered the scene. We cut into a movie. I cut into a movie called This Existence in a so and so year, let's say 1971, 1970, whatever. I'll cut out at some point. This existence is within that framework. Like that, even in a smaller scale, we cut into a day and cut out at the night. That's it. When you cut in, everything else makes sense. When I was in 1971, we had already had a history. India was so many years old. The world was so many years old. A lot of things were invented. You had cut into that existence already. So it is not that, you cut into a stone age. If you cut into a stone age, then you are yet to discover many things, maybe, who knows. But I don't know about stone age because I have cut into 1971. So that's how the existence has come into me, into my existence. And I saw the birth of internet and all that happened through where I was. Okay. So you understand this duality. The whole duality is Mitya. That is the whole part of this point of this whole video speak I'm doing. Mitya is duality. Duality is Mitya. Duality doesn't exist in Vedanta. Vedanta means ending of all knowing, including knowing in the sense completion, including finally you're up to. So when you come to Vedanta, you come to know the you, who am I, and that's it. After knowing that I, you submerge. That's it. So if you are not there yet, then you got other things to know. Then you have to explore all other things, perhaps. No other things. If you are not, so don't get into Vedanta until you got into Vedanta in that fine tune. That is why in olden days all the Vedas and all were done. Finally, they kept the Vedanta in the end. If you start with Vedanta, you will not know anything, right? So anyway, so that is the Mitya. Mitya is duality, and duality is Maya, Mitya, which it is not Satya, it is not Asatya, it is not the truth, it is not the not truth, it is not the falsity either. Why is not falsity? Oh, can you not see the tree? Oh, can you not touch this tree? Definitely I can touch this tree. Right now I am touching this tree. So how can this be false? No, this tree is not false apart from me. The fact of the matter is everything here is connected through me here. Not just physical. This apparatus is enabling this, just like a YouTube account is enabling me to record this. So there is so much nuances in all this. And, finally, that is the Vedanta, the Advaita, the non-duality, seeing everything is spawning out of this portal. That is it. And therefore, avoiding those question terms, why, how, where, what, all that is good in the world of science. How did this stick got made? Yeah, somebody sat and cut it. All that is good, workings of all that, but not for Vedanta. Anyway, Arunachala Siva. So today, this is what I plan to share. Arunachala Siva, Arunachala Siva, Arunachala.